Hello, my name is Rashawn Penister. I'm an artist here from Pine Bluff, Arkansas. I've graduated with a bachelor's degree in visual art at UAPB, and I'm now currently residing in Memphis, Tennessee, getting my master's in visual arts at the University of Memphis. I came up with the title Life's a Card Game because if you looked at my artwork, all my body's artwork has something to do with playing cards. I came up with the playing card concept when I was talking with one of my coworkers at school, and she said that we all have to play the cards that we're dealt with. So that gave me the idea to work with the playing card, also related to how we play this game of life. Like, we have to make these choices depending on how our circumstances is. Kind of like in a card game where you get a hand, and depending on what kind of card game you play, you got to play that hand, whether it's a good hand or a bad hand. So what I do with some of my work is mostly portraitures. And what I will do is sometimes I will draw the subject, then I will pretty much glue the cards on there to form that subject. And any edges, I'll try to cut them out to form that the edge and to form the subjects. Other forms that I will do, or style, is that I will use this high contrast to where you'll see like two levels. You'll see a dark value, and then you'll see the subject. And what I will do is that the subject that is dark, I'll color that with a dark color, maybe pink, blue, or purple. And then the subject that you see, I will pretty much cut out and glue the playing cards there so you will see the subject. I will paint the subject with a acrylic paint that is fused with glazing medium so you can see the cards, so it have this transparent feeling, because I want people to see the playing cards so they can understand how it play along with the artwork. I'll just walk up to a person or a classmate and I'll say, hey, you don't mind if you volunteer to be a reference for my paintings? And a lot of them will agree yes. So to make them feel comfortable, I will invite them to my studio and show them my recent work along with my portfolio, and then talk to them on why I'm doing this series. And if they want to, I'll ask them, like, there's any card, any reference, a number, a date that you want me to include to to have this symbolize, or have this painting be significant. Some of them say yes, and sometimes some just fine, just use your artist creations. So this painting I did of Leroy Elwood Cleveland, and I did it for a contest a couple of years ago for a traveling show. I believe it's the Heart of Arkansas. So we were supposed to pick an Arkansan, and when I found out that Cleveland was from Arkansas, I decided to go with him. So what I did was I uploaded his picture on Photoshop to try to get an idea or a thumbnail sketch, and I decided to play around with this photo cup filter. And when I put it on there, it made this unique design to where I can really play with the playing cards, make it really easy. So what I did is I drew it on the panel, and once I drew the subject, I was able to cut out and glue the card to form the shape of Cleveland. And then I went ahead and kind of used this high contrast technique to where you're able to see his face. The colors I picked the colors that's based off the Arkansas flag, since Cleveland is from Arkansas. He's a Kansas. This painting, LBJ, is pretty much abbreviation for LeBron James. LeBron James was one of the first few artworks that I started on for the first time. I was just doing something, playing around with it to see how I'd be able to work with techniques. I picked LeBron because LeBron is not only is he's a dominant athlete, he's also well known in not only as an athlete, but also as a role model for younger athletes. So he's really one of the first group of people that I picked to do a series on playing cards, because like I said, he made these tough choices to get where he's at. So that's kind of how life is, making these hard life choices. What I did is, like I said, I drew the subject on there, and I will paste and cut the playing cards on there to form them. And then I will go back and paint it with acrylic along, mixing it with glazing medium so it can be transparent so you can see the playing cards. I use these patterns because it's kind of like how the road of life is. Also, if you kind of look at it, if you notice how when you look at maps, like the bird eye view of the maps, also it's kind of like looking in those computers that have those chips inside. And then I was like, I want to combine that. So I want to have this unique design. So when people look at it, it gives kind of like this unique background, kind of like this chaotic background, how sometimes to kind of like describe how life is, we're in this chaotic time. So that's why I came up with these line designs where it's almost everywhere along with some little lines to give that kind of unique design.